Hello and welcome to Devotion to Writing, a channel devoted to helping you cultivate a daily writing practice and realize you are creative abundance. A question: what gives what you write credibility? What gives what you write credibility? You do. You alone. The attention, the passion, the heart that you bring to the page, make it credible. Make your writing credible. There's no other outside authority that makes it credible. You do. The I and the I of you, the speaker, the witness, your perspective, the perspective of you as witness, as experiencer to the things going on in your life or in your imagination. This is all we need as a listener, as an audience, in order to be engaged, in order to believe and to follow your story, in order to commit ourselves to it. We need a narrator who notices. Give us details. Let us see what you see and what you feel, and we are going to believe it. That's the credibility we need. Give us details. Give us the witness. We're going to believe it. We want to. Second question: what makes what you write believable? It is your belief in what you are writing that makes it believable. You must believe in it first, no matter what genre you're writing. It could be a memoir, it could be fiction, it could be a poem. We as listeners will believe any world, any situation, any of your characters if you have believed in it. And that means you must live it and breathe it and put yourself there and inhabit it. And if you do that, we will do that with you. We will believe it. And that takes commitment and will. That means showing up and being present. Even if you are lying, say, about something that happened that you're writing to you, say, writing about yesterday, we will believe you. If you give us some evidence, if you give us some details, and you give us some of your personal perspective, we will believe, and we will be there with you, and we will live through it with you, and we will feel through it with you. That is the power of story. That is the power of writing. Whether you're writing fiction, nonfiction, or poetry, it is the storyteller that has power. And then I'm going to say also, it is the listener that has a power, and that both are required. The teller, the writer, and the listener, the audience, are both required in order for story to live. So with that in mind, you're never alone as a writer. We think about writing as a lonely practice, and it is. It's something we do alone. But the making of a writing to come alive isn't solely ours. It doesn't belong only to us. The audience, the listener, someone listening to or reading what we have written, they have their own part in the creation, in the completion of the creation that brings it alive. Story lives between the page, the writer, and the listener, the audience. It lives between the two. Its power is the tension between the two, or the reciprocity between the two. The listener, they are the body and the imagination that what we write migrates to and takes on a new form. So imagine that. What we write lives in another. And this is the magic. This is the alchemical, the beautiful, indescribable transaction that happens with not just writing, but art. That one, the maker, can communicate something to another, a listener, and have it live. Your work, therefore, is not, as I mentioned, wholly yours. Once it is given and received by another, the words, the stories, the images that enter them and catalyze images and memories and hearings unique to that person and lives on. It lives on in them. Whether it's hearing it live It's living. They're conjuring their own events while you're reading, or if they're reading it off the page, they are also conjuring. It is such a gift. It's such a gift what writing does and what it creates in others. Just think, you can create beauty, you can create whole worlds, whole different realms of consciousness. So with that in mind, I would like you to create as a prompt a planet from scratch. Find one somewhere in the universe and describe it to us. Put it on the page so that we can live it. What is its surface like? What would it be like to walk around on it? Could we walk around on it? Does it have gravity? Does it have weather? What's its weather like? What lives there, if anything? Are there plants, animals, or beings? Give us one detail also, at least, for all of our senses. That's the prompt today. And here's a little word on prompts. Prompts that I give, they're like exercises, like toe touches or jumping jacks. We learn to write by writing, by stretching. We can also write to just have fun with no purpose or end game. No, oh, I'm going to write a novel now, or I'm going to write the best poem of all time, or I'm going to write a book. I'm going to write something that can be published. We can just write to experience ourselves, to play, to work our imaginations, to take a journey in our imaginations into the abundance that we contain, just to touch the abundance we contain. We can write for that. If we do get something from these exercises, say that we want to develop further, that we think has the kernel, the seed of something that pulls us to work more, then on more, we can do that. And if we don't, the writing exercises still serve us as exercises. So I just, the other day I was thinking I just wanted to find a different way to describe lungs. I was writing a poem about breathing or lungs or something. It was in a poem. And I remember I just gave myself the prompt to see lungs in, as many different ways as I can describe them. And I got some interesting things. I got some interesting images out of it. And I think I have a poem, or at least the beginnings of a poem, just from giving myself that simple exercise. So exercises don't always have to lead to something. In this case, in my case, they did perhaps lead to the creation of a poem. Don't know yet. But exercises can just be the practice of writing. They can just help to teach us how to write more, what to explore, where to explore, where we would like to explore. And they can be journeys, as I mentioned, into the imagination and just enjoyable. It doesn't always have to be a product. It's just part of the practice to show up. My goodness, I have written 100 times more things. That's probably an understatement. Maybe I've written 1 million more things than I've ever published. And those have all been worthy pursuits, practices, exercises in some way, shape, or form. They were time well spent. So, hey, if you want to share with me what you get out of that prompt, I'd be happy. You could drop that in the comments to me or send it in an email. Also, I invite you, please visit devotiontowriting.com if you're interested in other ways that devotion to writing could help you cultivate a daily writing practice. You'll find out about, at that website, my online and in-person workshops coming up, and also my upcoming writer's residency and writing retreats. So check that out. And also please subscribe. I'd love to see this audience growing. It's really becoming such a beautiful audience. And I really hope that these videos are helping you to write daily. Let me know. Thanks for watching. I hope you write deeply today. I know that if you do write, you will write beautifully, because beautiful is what you are. Blessings.